support in every single circuit. I am the high price you pay even when you can't afford it. Yes, I am important, and I am worth it. I am the hard work you do and the funds too that you earn to make it. I am both the good and bad habits that you have, plus I am the will to break it. I am the air you breathe to live, plus the ability to give or take it. I am infinity plus possibility. I am the constant that is constantly consistent. I am the accepted resistance, the ending that goes on strong and persistent. I am spineless and relentless, a genius yet senseless, defensive and defenseless, the professed protag plus antagonist. I am everything. I am all of this. Greetings and welcome to your reading, Capricorn. We're going to start out with the Chinese fortune sticks. You guys have number 51 today. And what does it say? It says, during the long, long summer dog days, everybody is tortured by the burning sun. But now a calm and soothing breeze has arisen, the will of heaven that eases human souls. The traditional interpretation says, at the moment, everything may seem overwhelming, and your problems just too many to cope with effectively. Do not be worried, learn to relax, to avoid stress, and your problems will soon pass. Your personal life will blossom, and you are likely to make friends with someone who is in a good position to help you. Any business investments you have made, however, are likely to take a sharp downturn soon, so it would be wise to take any money now while you still can. The reflection says, a hot Chinese summer can be almost unbearable. It is a small wonder, therefore, that the emperors sacrificed to the yin spirit of cold, wet, and winter at the height of summer. But through the rise and fall of yin and yang, summer is always followed by autumn and winter. Bear with your current situation, and you will find that things become a little easier. Change will come. It always does. It takes effort. It takes effort. It just doesn't happen on its own. But yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys have that. All right. You have, what else do you have? You guys have eucalyptus. Healing properties are of protection. Clears stagnant energy and promotes well-being. Placed around the home or used in baths, eucalyptus brings refreshing energy and emotional healing. Okay. What else? You guys have I am real. Yeah. Chaos is sacred. A card about mess. What? A card about mess as potential. Sometimes chaos isn't a mistake. It's a phase. It doesn't have to feel easy, but it's alive. It's the wild stage of growth. The questions are, what in my life feels chaotic but might still be forming? And where am I trying to control what simply needs to be lived through? Well, I don't know. 666, isn't that, that's crazy. Reflection, okay? It says, when you allow time for reflection, you allow yourself to see where inner shifts are needed. It is time for you to look at your beliefs and ask, is this serving me? Or is it time for me to release this? Reflect, refocus, and readjust. The affirmation is, as I refocus on what serves my highest good, I feel myself shift into my higher self. Okay? It means hold yourself accountable. In God's hands, my trust in life is implicit. God's greater knowing and greatest love guide my heart and my choices. My faith is steady and I remain true to my light. Everything unfolds according to God's will. Yeah, it does. Okay. What else do you guys got here? We'll go this way. Today, you guys, wow. Got a lot of cards. Hold on. There we go. All right, you guys have Justice. That's Libra energy. Y'all have the Moon, Cancer energy, and the Lovers, Gemini energy. I feel that there's a couple of different interpretations, but one is because you have a choice with the Lovers. You're supposed to make a choice, but there's something you don't see. What's hidden is justice is coming, so hopefully you're not receiving bad karma. because that's what it's showing. It's showing that justice is being called in. So something you don't see, or something that you don't see, is this something about a choice. Hold on. Let's get another interpretation, guys. Okay. So it says, okay, it says that, wow. It says a need to make a choice based on truth and fairness, but the situation is currently unclear and emotional. You may need to decide on a partnership or major choice, balancing the need for a fair, logical outcome with the feelings of uncertainty, fear, and emotional complexity indicated by the Moon card. This combination often points to an important decision point that requires honesty, like no lies, self-reflection to move forward in a harmonious and balanced way. Like it could mean a difficult emotional choice, like you're at a critical decision point that is emotionally charged and potentially confusing. You're seeking clarity. The outcome of this decision will be based on fairness and truth, but you must navigate through your emotional uncertainty first. Balancing emotion and logic, you need to use both your intuition, the Moon, and logic and reason, which is justice, to make a choice that aligns with what is right and true in the long run. Facing the truth. Be honest with yourself about the situation. The Moon indicates something is hidden or unclear, but justice demands that you bring the truth to light before making a decision. Okay? I know that could be complicated and difficult for some, but that's what needs to be done at this time, okay? Alrighty then. You guys also have toxic. Not surprised there. Unhealthy, poison, delusions, nasty behaviors. Okay? You have time. Needing time. Now is not the time. Time will bring unexpected changes. You have lust, forbidden fruit, non-committal, sexual energy, and tragedy. You have surprise, unexpected action, spontaneous showing up, unexpected change. So you've got unexpected change twice. All right. You have distractions are disturbing the flow of energies. And this is a short-term solution. You have avoidance, scared to face the truth, living in denial, and running away from pain. You have illusions, can't see clearly, living only on dreams and believing lies. You have dream come true, getting the love you want, fulfilling relationship, and having fun together. Aww. Am I willing is the question. Says, you're on the edge of something great. Can you feel it? Yes, there it is. Risk, uncertainty, and imperfections ahead. Failure is certain, and vulnerability is a requirement. You must be brave and trust yourself more than ever before. You will reach the dream, but you must stretch yourself into a whole new level of belief and willingness in order to move forward with courage. Today's soul action: be brave, follow your heart's compass, and lift the lid on your own dreams. Today's mantra is, it's possible. You have singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic sense through the magical power of music and movement. You have Two of Gabriel. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. You also have Three of Michael. Release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. So release the past. And then the Sun. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Okay? Alrighty. Let's keep it going, guys. Alright, so we're doing a pick a pile reading, alright? You can pick pile 1. You can pick pile 2. Or you could pick pile 3. The way this works is I'll start with pile 1, read it, then go on to 2 and then 3. But I will definitely put in the description box down below the timestamp of when each individual reading begins. So that way if you picked number 2 and you don't want to listen to number 1, you can skip number 1 and go straight to 2 or 3, you know? All right, so We will begin, guys. So, starting pile 1 at 10-10, you have 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, you have the Tower, you have Knight of Swords, the Emperor, Ace of Cups, Judgment, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and finally, Justice. Wow. Got quite a few Pentacles out there, though, don't you? All right, so let's begin. The 3 of Pentacles is a card that indicates the beginning of a project, but one that requires like teamwork. So you play a role in this too. So it seems that your efforts are finally getting recognized. Okay, let your skills and capabilities shine, but remember that your fate is currently tied to other people's faith, okay? So the 3 of Pentacles represents like skill, teamwork, and encouragement, okay? The 10 of Swords is about backstabbing or endings, defeat, a release of some sort. Like you may have recently experienced like a crushing failure or betrayal or a disaster that brings you to your knees. But you should be mindful that you don't make yourself into a martyr, okay, because of it. This card just means that you've hit rock bottom, but from here, there's only one way up. You know what I'm saying? There's only one way out, and that's up, right? Okay. So the Tower is about unforeseen, sudden change, misery, distress, disaster, chaos, maybe even. When the Tower card appears in a tarot reading, expect the unexpected. It's massive change, upheaval, could be some destruction and chaos. Could be a divorce, a death of a loved one, financial failure, health problems, natural disasters, joblessness, or any event that shakes you to your core, like affecting you spiritually, mentally, and physically. There's just no escaping it, okay? The Knight of Swords is action. It's about an ambitious, determined person, okay? You're strong, drives, and ambitious, and perhaps embarking on like a new venture of some sort. However, do not do so in haste. Like when you are focused on your goals, that that you're blinded to other obstacles. So just make sure you keep your eyes open, okay? Don't go too quickly. The Emperor is about stability, power, aid, protection. As the father figure of the tarot deck, the Emperor suggests that you're adopting, this fatherly type of a role, providing for your family or protecting and defending your loved ones. You may be, you may be the thread, like that, keeps everything, or like the rock of the family or something like that. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, the Ace of Cups is here, and the Ace of Cups is about love, compassion, overflowing emotions. It's the beginning of emotional fulfillment of love, compassion, and happiness. Perhaps you are starting a new relationship where you are giving and receiving love with another person. Just make sure your heart stays open to those around you, and learn forgiveness and reach out and make connections, or make amends to those that you may have hurt or owe an apology to. All right, the Judgment card is next. It's about judgment, change, outcomes. It's about like karma. It's about going full circle, you know what I'm saying, or coming full circle, they say. The Judgment card often indicates that you need to make a life-changing decision, but unlike those associated with the logical Justice card, this decision, it kind of requires a blend of intuition and intellect. So you're experiencing a spiritual awakening and realizing that you're destined, for so much more. So just be ready to act when it's time, right? Okay, so the Four of Pentacles is about material possessions or greed, or a time that you need to be more mindful of your money and spending. You've been working hard, and as a result, you've gained quite a bit of wealth because of it. However, you may be having some type of greedy, or I don't know, too focused on the material riches, to the point where you're afraid to take, risk, both financially and emotionally. So, gotta get past that. The Six of Pentacles is about generosity, charity, that kind of energy. It's a card of financial harmony, like generosity and sharing. You may either, be happy or, I don't know, giving graciously, I guess, or receiving. Either way, it's a relationship built on, good faith. So remember, however, the importance of being able to take care of yourself, okay? Don't be too reliant on others. So the Two of Pentacles is next. The Two of Pentacles is a card of like balance and conflicting interests. It's about, getting pulled in different directions, trying to like manage your career or relationships, family and health, etc., all at the same time. So learn to prioritize the things that are most important to you, okay, for a healthier outcome. So because this card's about like balance and partnership and like multitasking even. Okay, so the Nine of Pentacles is about comfort and luxury, prosperity. Like after working hard for a long time, you're able to reap the benefits of your labor. So the Nine of Pentacles signifies that you've reached a time of, indulgence. It's a time for you to be comfortable and be in a position of self-sufficiency. So enjoy it because you deserve it, You worked hard, right? Finally, you have the Justice card. It's about legal matters or fairness. It's about balance or karma. Justice it's the card that represents justice, right? Fairness, truth, honesty. Sometimes it has to do with the law. You're being called to account for your actions, and you will be judged accordingly. So if you have acted in alignment with your higher self, and then you don't have nothing to worry about. If you've been working for the greater good of others, you have nothing to worry about. However, if you haven't, well, you will be called out and made to own up to your own actions. So only you know if you've been honest and have something to worry about, right? What I've kind of seen here with the Three of Pentacles is you needing to do some teamwork, except for you've been feeling like overburdened, like you're carrying all the stress. That caused you to have a tower moment. Everything kind of came crashing down around you. You showed up as the Knight of Swords. You're action-oriented and determined. But I guess you've been portraying yourself as the emperor, but you're not an emperor. You're a knight. So, when you pretend to be something you're not, it generally catches up with you because the truth always will come to light. So you should be more true and authentic in your behavior and action, how you carry yourself. Make it align with what you say your morality is, The Ace of Cups is about, this new love, though. However, there's judgment that's been called on you for something that happened with an old, maybe possibly your ex or someone I'm not sure. but you wronged them in some way. You're really focused on money and not so much other people or the relationship itself. But I don't see why you're so focused on the money, because it shows here that you're financially, you're cool. Like you're I mean, you're not like super rich, but you're not wanting for anything. But your mind is really focused on the money. That's why there's so much pentacles out here. You're trying to seek some balance, but there's a partnership that you're trying to work on. However, I don't know. I see a whole lot of taking for, like, you're taking things for granted, or you're not being very appreciative. You're not being very sharing or giving, and you're supposed to be generous. When you have it, you're supposed to share and be, generous. Okay. I just see justice coming in. You might be feeling some repercussions of that from something, that you may have done. I mean, if it's positive, then that's good too. You'll feel the positivity. But if it's negative, just know. I mean, because there's such thing as positive karma. So if you've done good and you've earned it, then it'll be coming back to you soon. But if you're not, just know that it's going to be time that you have to pay for, or be held accountable for your actions or wrongdoings if you've like mistreated someone. Okay, so I see, that's what I see there. Let's see if Spirit has anything to add. Okay, anything to add, Spirit, to Capricorn? Oops, pile one. Let's see what you got. You've got contentment or commitment, something you need to dedicate yourself to. You could have a wish fulfillment, but you need to find balance and hope and healing. So yeah, it's positive, very positive. Looks like you'll be in a position where you're happy and content, it looks like. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, for Capricorn regarding this this reading here? Anything else for Capricorn regarding this reading, Spirit? Yeah, this is about a soulmate or a connection that is very spiritual that you have. I think you might have been trying to balance or juggle a soulmate with a fake twin flame or an imposter, someone pretending to be someone they're not. It's telling you to be fearless. You're going to just have to face the music, You're going to be held accountable for your actions, and the best way to handle that is just handle it, Just face it, get it over with, instead of running from it. No reason to be hiding and avoiding, right? All right, so this is your reading, pile one, if you picked pile one. All right, guys? We'll be starting pile two at 2333. All right, here we go. Pile two. If you picked pile two, this is for you. You have the Empress. You have the Six of Pentacles. You have the Six of Cups. You have the Two of Pentacles. You have Justice. You have Ace of Cups. You have Seven of Wands. Seven of Cups. The Star, Aquarius energy. The Three of Swords. The Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. You have 3 sevens out here. That's kind of interesting. You have 1, 2. Yeah, you have 2 6s and 3 7s. That's crazy. All right, let's dive in. Okay. The Empress is about fertility, creativity, harmony, balance, relationships. The Empress card typically depicts a woman sitting on a throne in a lush, natural setting. She often wears a crown or adorned with stars, representing her connection to the cosmos and the spiritual realm. She's surrounded by an air of tranquility and comfort, and she holds a scepter, in one hand, symbolizing her authority and her power. So, this particular deck, she is not holding a scepter. She's holding this. Well, I guess that could be a scepter, but she's got both hands on it. Look, she's a little bit different. She seems a little bit, I don't know. She kind of look mean. Don't you look mean? All right. Anyways, then you have the Six of Pentacles. It's about giving, receiving, sharing, wealth, generosity, charity, financial matters. The Six of Pentacles is a tarot card that represents themes related to generosity, charity, and the give and take nature of resources and wealth. The card often portrays an individual in a position of authority or wealth, distributing coins or pinnacles to others who are in need. The imagery typically highlights a balance between giving and receiving, as well as the idea of sharing one's abundance with others. Mind you, this particular deck, it's only got one guy, and he looks like he's, I don't know if that doesn't look like this, but it looks like he's trying to give something, some type of offering anyway. So yeah, anyhow, moving along. The Six of Cups. It's revisiting the past, memories, innocence or joy, nostalgia. The Six of Cups is a tarot card that is a part of the minor arcana. It's commonly associated with themes of nostalgia, okay, childhood memories or emotional connections. So yeah. Then you have the Two of Pentacles. It's about multiple priorities. It's about time management, prioritization, adaptability. It's about juggling. And the Two of Pentacles, a young man dances while juggling two coins in his hands. The infinity symbol links the coins, suggesting that the man can handle unlimited problems so long as he manages his time, energy, and resources well. In the background, there's two ships that are sailing, bobbing up and down on the huge waves. Another sign that the ups and the downs of life are manageable with your focus and attention. So, yeah. All right, so then you have the Justice card, which is about justice and truth and cause and effect and law and fairness, or fairness and balance. It's just about principles of cause and effects. The interpretation of the Justice card is really, about being held responsible for your actions. All right, so the Ace of Cups is about emotional new beginnings, pure love, compassion, spiritual healing, etc. The Seven of Wands is about a challenge or a competition, some type of protection or perseverance, courage, some tenacity. It's often associated with the themes of challenges or resistance and standing up for oneself. So the card usually features a figure standing on higher ground, holding a wand or a staff and facing a group of wands that appear to be attacking them from below or something like that, something similar. The Seven of Cups is about opportunities and choices. The lack of having focus, you may be living under some illusions or needing to make choices, but you're dissatisfied, so you've got all these opportunities. You've got too many options, which makes it difficult to focus on one clear choice, okay? With the star, it represents, hope, faith, purposeful renewal, spirituality, healing, renewal. It's I don't know. It kind of symbolizes hope, inspiration, healing, spiritual guidance, and a sense of renewal, you know. All right. Then you have the Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak. It's about emotional pain or sorrow, grief. It's about hurt, you know, clarity through pain, even. Okay, it's. I don't know. It generally has to deal with like a third party as well, like you having more than one. You've got the Ten of Pentacles up here, though. It's about wealth and finances, security, family contributions, you know, long-term success. It's associated with the element of earth and is often, you know, linked to matters connected to material possessions. Okay. And finally, you have that Seven of Swords as well. And the Seven of Swords, it's about some type of deception, some type of trickery or secretive behavior, some strategic planning. Okay. It's definitely about some type of deception or trickery, though. Secrecy, some strategy that, you know, something to that effect. But okay, so what I'm seeing is you, like, I don't want to say birthing, but it could be somebody may be pregnant or having a baby. It could be that. But it's about like giving and receiving. It's, I don't know. I feel like you're thinking about the past or someone from the past that you either were juggling or are juggling with your pregnant person. Unless you're the pregnant person, then I don't know. You're seeing more than one person, though, for sure. But justice is coming in, and you'll be held accountable for your actions. You have this new love that's there, but it's challenging. It's very challenging. There's some sort of competition. Either you put people in a competition or you're part of a competition. You have choices to make. You've got a lot of options, but you need to have some hope and faith and balance some of this out. You've got a lot going on. Yeah, because there was a heartbreak. Either I feel like you were found out, but this has something to do with somebody stealing somebody's money or something, some type of material possessions that somebody is either trying to steal or did steal from you. And I would be willing to bet that it was a lover, because you have, and because you chose wrong. First of all, you're with your karmic, who may or may not be pregnant, or you have a kid together. It could be that. But you chose your karmic over your soulmate, and there's justice, and you'll be facing judgment. Yeah, you chose wrong, and the one that you chose to stay with is trying to steal something that belongs to you. I don't know what that is, but we'll see if I can get any other messages. If this doesn't fit, if it doesn't resonate, please don't try to make it fit, because it doesn't work that way, okay? If it's yours, you'll know it, you'll feel it, it'll resonate, you'll know what it's about. So don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. Maybe one of the other piles is for you, okay? Anything else, Spirit, on this reading for Capricorn? Yes. Yeah, you're going to be going through some disputes, conflict, and arguments. Okay, that's what you're facing at this time. What else, Spirit, for Capricorn in this reading? Okay. Yeah, you had your wish fulfillment, but you didn't commit to it. You're feeling anxious. You need to be more generous and charitable. And you are trapped. You're feeling extremely trapped. But you set your own trap, and that's how come you're feeling that way. You're the only one that can get yourself out. You put yourself in, you'll have to take yourself out. Okay? All right. Okay, 2 more cards. You have this teamwork. You're going to have to work with somebody in order to get out of the situation that you're in. And the final card. Yeah. All of this is the reason why. You're facing karma or judgment because of the hiding, the avoiding, the lying, the trickery, and the deceptive and cunning way that you've been moving. You know if this is to you. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just reading the cards as they come out. So, you know what it is. Yeah, well, this is a part of the problem. Your ego's too big. You need to put your ego down, okay? You're a visionary. You're a leader, but when your ego kicks in and you're doing this type of behavior, it doesn't end well. That's all I can say. It won't end well. Okay, make sure you need to do like a self check and make sure that your behavior matches your morality and your values. Because I'm sensing that you have very strict values for people and moral code when dealing with others, but you don't follow it. Your lifestyle is not matching the way you your morals and convictions. So you need to match those up, because you can't have those rules placed on others and judge them by it, but you don't judge yourself by that. So you've got to hold. This is a time for really holding oneself accountable. Like, own your actions and act accordingly. So if you owe somebody an apology, please apologize. If you need to apologize to yourself, do that as well. You might need to be taking some extra time out and loving yourself and feeling confident and figure out what it is that you want to do in your life, okay? All right, so I'm going to be winding this up, and we'll be starting pile 3 at 37, we'll say 37:30. That'll give me enough time to pick these up. All right. Okay, so that was your reading. All right. Pile 2. If you picked pile 2, that was your reading. Okay. Just a second, guys. I'm trying to make sure all the cards are facing the right direction for the next pile. All right. Let's take these down. Thank you. Those of you who are still with me, and those of you who picked pile 3. Pile 3. This is your reading. 3807. The Justice card, yet again. All 3 piles had that. Okay? The 3 of Cups. The Son of Cups, or Knight of Cups. The Mother of Cups, or the Queen of Cups. You have the 5 of Cups. You have the 2 of Wands. Looks like the 2 of Chopsticks, though, huh? Okay, so you have the Mother of Wands, or the Queen of Wands. You have the 4 of Wands. You have a lot of fire out here. You have the Death card, Scorpio energy. You have the 2 of Swords. You have the 7 of Wands. And you have the 8. Yeah, the 8 of Cups. And all of them damn cups is broken. You see that? All right, so let's see what we have here. You have the consequences, karma, law. It could be have to deal with the law, maybe, or your integrity, like I just was saying. You have the 3 of Cups out there. That's about celebrations, friendships, possible reunions of some sort. You're showing up you're showing up as the Knight of Cups. You're charming and idealistic. You're determined. You're looking at or going towards the Queen of Cups, who is a possible water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. She's compassionate, warm, healing, supportive, or he. The gender doesn't count. It's just the energy that we're focused on. You have the Five of Cups out there next. So you may have just ended a disappointing relationship with a water sign, a possible water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You're feeling a little bit disappointed, but you're planning and waiting, and you're making decisions to choose a path and go on that path. You have a Queen of Wands out here. She's a fire sign, possibly. Could be Sagittarius, could be Aries, could be Leo. Not really feeling the Leo though. She's passionate and determined. Yeah, you might be making a higher commitment. You have the Four of Wands, which is about a higher commitment, like a home or stability. You might be moving in together if you don't already live together. Possible marriage or a proposal. Nope. My bad. The Death card. So you're ending a relationship, either a marriage or something significant that you're ending. Yeah. You were at a stalemate. You were stuck. You're in denial. You had to make some difficult choices. You're at a crossroads. I think that you will be defending yourself or finding yourself having to protect your stance or your, standing your ground. But unfortunately, you will be walking away and you're going to let something go and leave it behind because it's time. It's dead. It's over with. All right. So again, I feel like you're going to be facing some type of karma or the law of having to do with something. I'm not sure. Could have something to do with friendships or family reunions, something like that. I'm not sure. I feel like you have been holding back, you were holding back from a water sign, not being, what's that called, transparent, okay? So you end up losing that, which was kind of disappointing to you. Put you in a place where you started trying to plan and make different decisions to find a path in which to go. You went back towards one of your others that you were juggling, who could be a possible fire sign. Again, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, whom you shared a home with or were married to, but that has ended. You're trying to get it back together. You were at a stalemate. You were at a crossroads. It looks like you lost both of them. You had 2 or 3 and you lost all of them because of karma and the inability to choose and be honest. That's what I'm seeing, honestly. Yeah, you're going to find yourself again, like I said, defending yourself because you have to walk away. You're very prideful. I hope you're not doing this. Don't, if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. Don't like talk. Don't start talking terrible and making up stories about your ex, okay? It takes 2 to make or break a relationship, remember that. But when a person is lying, it doesn't give the other person the opportunity to play a part, because really you're playing the relationship all by yourself. And it always seems to turn out bad. Any type of thing that you keep in the dark will always come to light eventually, okay? All right, so you got the Empress here. Divine Feminine, possible mother. New love, emotions. Yeah, it's crazy. You wanted to be generous and whatnot, but I feel like you had this Empress who was very giving and loving, but you chose to move on, and now you're in a position where you're feeling very trapped and restricted. Guess it's not working out the way you wanted it to, but, just give it some time and get yourself together, hold yourself accountable, make amends if you can, and learn from your lessons and keep it pushing, Capricorn. That's about all you can do, right? That's all anybody can do. All right. Really, though, just try to be honest, okay? This conflict, ego, competitions, rivalry, aggression. Yeah, you're trying to be all charming and stuff, but you need to put in the effort in order to be successful. You've got to put in effort. To receive success, you have to be generous, even maybe sometimes selfless. And I think that's difficult for you to be selfless. You don't really know how. Yeah, you might be suffering a little bit of pain right now. You might be in a little bit of heartbreak due to the separations that you're going through, the multiple separations. Um, I'm sorry for your pain if you're feeling pain, and I wish you the ability to heal. Okay, but the key is no lies. Okay, you gotta come clean. That's what I'm saying. Karma's telling you it's time to come clean. All right. So this has been your reading, Capricorn. If it resonated, cool. If it didn't, please don't try to make it fit. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Please comment. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you to those of you who have donated to my channel or scheduled personal readings. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you next time, Capricorn. Bye-bye.